Give prayer. So, Jesus, we just praise you and we thank you so much for all the blessings you have bestowed on us. I thank you so much for this team and the people you've brought to us. I'm in constant awe of your generosity. I pray for each one of our coaches and customers and ask that you bless them in a special way and help them along this journey. Help us to grow as a team and truly work together as one team that gives generously and has you as the utmost importance. Without a doubt, with you as our focus and serving others, we will achieve the greatness you have called us to be. Thank you, Jesus. In your name we pray. Amen. So, guys, amen. Yes, amen. Today's call is on how to get coaches started. And we just did this call 2 weeks ago, but that's partly why I'm, if you notice, Mary Lou's been posting a few poll questions and stuff like that. And I'm okay repeating stuff over and over and over. And let me explain why. Because we're constantly signing up new coaches, and the majority of our team and the majority of the information that needs to be presented is stuff for that 90%. And so, and even if you're, been around for a little bit longer, then you can step up and lead these calls, right? But I want these calls to be of value. I want them to be, let me change this to speaker view because we just have people on the phone as the view. I want these calls to be of value to you guys, and I will give, I'll do these calls every day if you guys had value and wanted that, but I don't think that's what we need. So the purpose of those polls questions that are going up is to really get a feel for what you guys need, what you guys want. To give you a little bit of history, we used to do calls every single week for probably 4 years, and I personally felt like it was kind of just a repeat of the national coach call. So we kind of, so then I moved to the Zoom, and my intention, and I'm just sharing my thoughts, but I really do want you guys to go on the polls that are being posted in Team Gift and really participate, add your opinions, add your value, add what you want. You guys make up this team, not me. I really liked the Zoom calls because we could interact. And instead of me getting on and presenting on a topic and doing a presentation, which I can do, and like I said, I did for 4 years, I really liked when Zoom came out. Instead of doing conference calls, we were able to interact more and really more masterminding instead of a repeat of the national coach call. So that was my intention when we started back up with these calls. Then I'll share that I am going to go ahead and mute everybody because we have some background noise. Sorry. So I lost my train of thought. My intention was to be more mastermind, right? And then also these team calls are a time for our team to shine and for our team to get comfortable sharing and presenting and stepping up and leading, if that makes sense. So those were some of my thoughts. I'm also kind of in a thought right now of maybe covering basic topic information, having one of our newer coaches share and present. So that's an opportunity for a new coach to step up and lead and shine. Then maybe I'll present on something, or one of our leaders will present on something. You guys get where I'm going, kind of like a flow where it's like a cycle. But I really want to hear what you guys want, because I like the masterminding and maybe you guys don't like the masterminding. I want to hear what you want. So the poll right now pretty much says, do you like the power lunch calls? Are you watching them recorded? And would one evening call be better? Because that's another option. If you think an evening call would have more participation and be better, I want to know that. I want to hear that. Again, you guys make up the team. And then the next one, I'm just giving you a heads up. The next poll that's going to be coming out is going to be we already kind of presented topics, but everybody just voted on the 2 samples. Give me topics that you want to hear. Give me topics that you need more information on. And then tell me formatting wise what you want. So participate. Make this of value for you. Any questions about any of that? That was all housekeeping before we dive into the topic. You guys are good? Okay. So let's see. Power lunch calls every Tuesday. Just a reminder, they're every Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Topic, more coaches, more basics, guest speakers, more interactive, covered all that. So now we're going to dive into how to get new coaches started. And I'm going to start with just kind of four of my tips and give you kind of a layout. And here's how this layout is going to go. Hey, Bray. First, with this call, I'm going to post, because in prepping for this call, I tried to do some training and gather my thoughts and really be kind of more clear and concise for you guys. And I'm so bad when I watch other coaches, and I'm sure you guys do the same thing. You watch them, and it's like, gosh, they nailed it. I can't do any better. And that's honestly how I felt. Like they covered everything I want to cover imperfectly. So our time is valuable. My time is valuable. I want to teach you guys to use the resources that are already there. This is a resource already there. I added it to the Coach Fundamental playlist. I'm going to post it with this recorded call. I'm going to have you watch that first because it really did cover, and it's not just how to get a coach started, but it's all the information that a new coach kind of needs to know. And it's what I do with my coaches anyway. So I'm going to post that. So that's the first thing. I'm going to give you my 4 tips. And then I'm going to go through what it looks like for a team give, which may be a little different for your specific team, okay? So before we dive into that, I want to start with a little fact that may be a downer for some of you guys, but it's a fact, and it's the truth. Only 1% of the people that you recruit, that you get to sign up as a coach, are going to do anything. It does not reflect badly upon what you're doing. It doesn't mean that you are a terrible coach. It doesn't mean that you don't know what you are doing. Let me repeat that. Only 1% will do something with this as a business. 1%. And you know what? Let's look at myself. I was signed up by a discount coach. I still did something with this business. So even if you weren't, didn't get them started the best, it is your, I'm going to say this, it is your responsibility to train them, to get them plugged in, to tie them into the resources. That is your responsibility. When you sign somebody up and you say, hey, come join my team, let's do this together, you need to be there for that person. You need to stay with them. That's kind of my pet peeve when people recruit people and then just disappear. I'm like, that person was counting on you, but don't let it be a reflection that you're not doing something right. Okay? Because 1%. What was I going to say? So yes, train them, get them plugged in. Know that don't take it personally. 1% will do this. And here are my tips. Tip 1 is, first call is don't talk about all the trainings, coach basics. At least this is what I find the most successful. I don't try to get them plugged in to everything and teach them every single little thing because it's too much. But what I do want to know is what worries you? What's your biggest fear about this? And when I get on the call, their first call, that will be, and I'll tell them, hey, because they usually have some questionnaire. I've usually asked them before. I'll ask them on the phone, what worries you the most about this? And if we cover nothing today, that's all I want to get through. And I want it, because if they have the fear, and we all have fears when we start. I'm afraid my family is going to think I'm just in this to sell stuff. I'm afraid I can't make any posts on Facebook because I've never done that before. Whatever the fear is, I don't want to sound like a salesman. You've got to get that out of the way immediately, or they're never going to take act. Because mindset is huge. It's the game changer. It's the key that is the difference between those that take off and those that don't, is mindset, personal development. So starting with their fear, addressing that fear, assigning some personal development for them to start with, to take action with on, would be the first step. So that would be my first tip, is addressing the fear, addressing the elephant in the room, because they're not going to go anywhere unless you address that. Number 2 is have them immediately take some form of action. So again, like I said, I don't start with coach basics and the training in the back office. And 2 weeks ago or last week, we covered personalities. Now, if I have an emerald type personality, know that they like all that information. And, you know, when I have somebody who keeps hitting me like that, and I know they're an emerald personality, I may provide that for them sooner than other coaches, but you got to get them taking action, because action kills fear. If they sit too long and not take any action, that fear takes over, they become paralyzed. So for me, and I'll go through this at the end, like what the action means. The action could be different for everybody. For me, it's the warm market script, sharing with just a few friends and family, just getting them comfortable talking to somebody. It could be making a Facebook post, depending upon, and I'm getting sidetracked. I'll cover that at the end. So taking action. Then number 3 is baby steps. Baby steps, but walking them through those baby steps. So like saying, if they are going to make a Facebook post, right? Or if they are going to call and use the warm market script, I'm going to have them, you know, go practice it first, then call me and let's practice and go over it. You know, okay, go call your mom. What's your list? Who is that hot market? Who are the people you want to share with? Make that list. Okay, go call one of them, call me back and let's debrief. That's baby step in it. So yes, you're giving them that action step, but you're right there with them, walking them through those first few steps, okay? And then the last one is group boxers, and really building people together, grouping people together so that they form relationships and they connect and can naturally find a success partner, because success partners are huge. So to repeat the tips, it's address the fear first before anything, then have them take action, baby steps, and then group boxers. And then I'm going to break this down for what that looks like specifically for our team and the way that I do things. But I want you to know, talk to your sponsoring coach and know this, guys, whatever you do is exactly what your coach is going to do. So if you change something, it's so funny because you'll see coaches and team pages and somebody will say, well, that's what it was in Tommy's. I can think of the Swarm, Tommy Migrant, top 10 coach, multiple years. And somebody was like, well, that's what Tommy did. And Tommy's like, I haven't done that in 5 years, dude. And it's like, and he's still doing it because that's what he did when he first signed up. So we do tweak, we do get better. So that's the importance of being plugged in so that you stay updated on all these changes and what we do. But your sponsoring coach, your diamond coach may do something a little different. They may have tweaked because that's the goal. That's the purpose, is to take what we do and make it better. Take what you like and do away with what you don't like. But I will say this, that no matter how your coach got you started, you probably thought it was overwhelming and you're like, oh, I just want to simplify it. I want to make it easier. I have done everything from like one little step to like introduce yourself on the team page with who you are, why you joined, and what your goals are, right? To this long, huge list of stuff. And no matter what, people like that just introduce yourself, they never introduce themselves, right? No matter what, it's still 1%. So I've kind of come to this philosophy of you may as well provide those people that want to do this. Sorry, I'm getting stuff that's popping up on my computer. It's telling me to leave the meeting and end the meeting. No, okay. Are you guys get anything weird? No? Okay, sorry. So it's probably Brian trying to log on from another device, sorry. I forgot where I was going here. Team Give, oh yeah, what it looks like for Team Give. Your team may have something a little bit different. For me, here's what I would do as a new coach on Team Give. First, add them to Team Give fam. Introduce them. Make it exciting. Be excited to have a new coach. Add discount coaches to Team Give because you never know what they're going to see and what sparks their interest. A lot of coaches start off as discount coaches once they get the vision, once they see others being successful, they think, hey, I can do this. Why not me, right? So add everyone to Team Give Fam. I would create your own team group page for your personally sponsored coaches. And that's because you want to give your personally sponsored coaches a little bit more love and let's say Team Give Fam is overwhelming for them. You can tell them, hey, just focus in this one spot. But then for those coaches that want more, they can have Team Give Fam, right? And why are you putting your new coaches in Team Give Fam? Because we're a team. So if you're at work and your new coach has a question, right, and they've tried to Google it and they tried to YouTube and they FAQ'd it, they can post in Team Give and one of us will answer. One of the other leaders will step up and help your brand new coach that either one, you may not know the answer to, or two, you're at work, you're doing something else, right? So it's a way we work together. Why do I want you to keep some of your team separate? Because I wanted you to keep things simple there. Team Give Fam, we can post a lot of stuff. You should have in your personally page, I'm going to open it up. I could share it with you guys. Share screen. I have the warm market script because that's the first action step that I have my coaches take. Okay. So after the getting started right call, and it's actually, they need to do that. Watch the warm market. Here are the files that I have that I would recommend for you to have in your smaller group so that it's a little bit less cluttery. If you go to Team Give Fam, there's tons of documents, right? It's all good info, but it can be a bit much for a new coach. So I have the hot market script, which is that warm market script. I have the memory jogger. If they're having trouble creating a list, you got to be working from a list. I have the tracker sheet. So here's step 1 or 2. It's the warm market script and the hot market script. And I have my coaches start with either one of these, whichever one they feel more comfortable. I have them look over it and get back to me on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident they feel with both of the scripts. And then we practice one of them and then get that list and they take action, right? Facebook posts, their first Facebook post, I have 2 different options there. And all of these files are in Team Give Fam, okay? But they're harder to find because there's so many of them. So the Facebook post, we have one for if you're already a challenger, if you were a customer first and completed a challenge group, then it's just a Facebook post inviting to your coach's challenge group. And it's Lindsay Matway's word for word. Top coach, right? Very successful coach. Why change things? It works. Then the other post is coming out. So that's what I would recommend to face the challenge group first. And then after that one, 3 weeks, 21-day fix, 3 weeks, right? You're ready to come out more. And by that time, you've called a few people with the hot or warm market script. You've made a Facebook post so you're more comfortable talking to people and answering questions. So now you can come out and do your come out post as a new coach, right? Why do I start with the warm market and hot market script instead of the Facebook post? Because some people can make a Facebook post and you're going to get crickets. Nobody's going to respond. So it's not going to help you, right? Other people will make a post and they will get feedback. It just kind of depends on your audience. When I first started, I had nothing but crickets. My audience were not into health and fitness at all. No interest whatsoever. It takes time to build that audience. Some people, like I said, have that audience already, so don't compare. Plus, only 1% of your audience is going to even see that post. So I have people start with the hot or warm market script because you're going to people because I want to get you comfortable. Then I have you make your Facebook post because by that time you'll know how to respond, okay? I have the Team Give prayer in there, the personal development list, 6 common mistakes as new coaches, Shakeology closing script, objections, the Team Give 21-day fix script, which is something that comes, honestly, it flows right after that warm market script, comes the 21-day fix script. And there I kind of ask people, do you feel more comfortable with talking to people on the phone or messaging people? Okay. They feel more comfortable messaging people, then I start them with the Anita Myron's 5-step script, or the 5-step script in the back office. It's all very similar. It's the same flow, same pinpoints, and you need to study them and you need to get familiar with them. 21-day fix script is the same flow, but it's on the phone. And so I start people wherever they're comfortable, but you're always getting out of your comfort zone. So after that, I move them to the next script. Again, baby stepping them, saying, hey, getting their list from the memory jogger. What's your first 10 people that you want to talk to? Are you better on the phone or are you better messaging, right? They say messaging. I'm like, okay, let's make your post, type it out, let me read it, and then I'll help you invite people. Send it, let me know when they respond, I'll help you respond, right? That's the baby stepping. The give outline for home party. A lot of this home party stuff I usually don't have in there. I had that in there because people were throwing home parties, so I put it in there. That's another thing. I will update this. I'll go and delete this for my new wave of people coming in. I'll be deleting a lot of this home party stuff. And if they're starting, that's another option. If they enjoy face-to-face, they can do a home party, right? Placement, the YouTube playlists, and then the business opportunity meeting for Automatic CEO. That's part of the warm market script. So these are the files that I have that I would recommend that you have in your new coach group, type of group. So it's just what they need to get started. So now, how does it look for new coaches? Because I know that was kind of a lot and could be kind of confusing maybe. So for new coaches, I have in this group, and I have them, the Coach Basics post in there automatically. If you are not running Coach Basics yet, and that's okay, you have other options. I can tell you, if they send me an email, I can put them in an automated email for Coach Basics. If you add them to the All-Star Coach page, All-Star is Melanie Boland. She has a self-paced Coach Basics group that is always up, and it's pinned at the top of the page for you guys. Okay, so there's lots of opportunities for Coach Basics. When do I implement Coach Basics? It's after that warm market. So remember how I said you have 1% of coaches that take action? Here's the pinned post, and you'll be able to see the trainings, and then the Coach Basics start here, okay? So I start with the warm market script or the hot market script. I give them 2 or 3 days. They either take action, and they're going to be contacting you because they're going to have questions, right? Because I said, go call them, go take action, come back to me, we're going to debrief, right? Some people will take action, some people won't. Regardless, at that point, after about 3 or 4 days, I put them into some form of Coach Basics. So your Emerald personalities that need all the information before they get started, here you go, right? You also have the emails. They can go through at their own pace. It's not overwhelming because it's at your own pace. And it's how they're going to learn some of the basics that really, I say that over and over to my coaches. I don't care about them learning where the EFT is, right? I don't care about them learning where your videos are. Like, all that information is in the scripts. You don't need to know any of that to take action. All you need is the stuff that we provided you in that new group. That's all you need to take action and be successful. I've had coaches not even look at their back office for months and hit Success Club 10 over and over and over without knowing that stuff. You have people in the 5-star wall who will still ask, like, where are the videos at? Like, they don't know. You know what I mean? Like, because they're focused on inviting, and they're focused on the action steps, and not all this how-to information type of stuff that is it's just information. You're not gonna build your business by learning more about team volume, right? You're not gonna grow your business by figuring out how we get paid. Just take action, invite, and invite, and be real and be vulnerable and share and talk to people. And that is what's going to grow your business. That's what's going to kill fear. All the rest of the stuff you can learn as you go along. Okay. But that's what Coach Basics is. And I tell my coaches that over and over as well. I'm not as worried about all that information. It's all there in the back office. And your eager coaches, your good, I don't want to say good coaches, but your coaches that usually take action, they'll go into the back office and they're going to go through that training on their own. You don't need to tell them. Okay. That's what I did. I didn't even have a coach, right? Went in the back office and I read everything in there. I listened to every single national wake-up call that was old and previous. I just did it. Nobody had to tell me. Okay. So I'm going to quit rambling. You guys have questions, and there's a few questions on Team Give that I'm going to go back and read and answer. But unmute yourselves and ask questions. If nobody has a question, I'm going to keep rambling and say also I want to edify our coaches, and you may feel like, oh, my coach isn't. It's not your coach's job to answer every single question. Okay. It's not your coach's job to tell you what the challenge pack promotions are or to tell you stuff that's all in the back office already, information that you can Google, okay? I tell my coaches, I'm here to help them with the 3 vital behaviors. So personal development, because your coach may know where you're struggling, right? You shared your biggest fear with them. So it is your job to kind of guide them in what area they may need some personal development. Their workouts, because they're still your customer, and you still may know the programs better than your brand new coach getting started. So if they need some help figuring out what workout program to do next, your coach is there for you. And then the inviting process, what I was talking about, baby stepping through the invite process. You notice I wasn't there to say, this is how you find a video. This is how you get paid. This is, I'm not answering those type of questions. And don't expect your coach to either, because I tell my coaches to treat their coaches like they have 5,000 people on their team, because one day they will. And God's not going to give you more if you can't handle what you got. So we all joined this for freedom to be able to spend with our families. You don't want text at midnight asking what the freaking challenge packs are. or this is an emergency, and your coach has a life. And so they're there to help you with those 3 vital behaviors. They're probably putting you in group boxers. Like I had said, use those groups, use Google, the FAQ, right? And if you still can't find your answer, then go to the group and follow the chain too. Go to your personally sponsored coach before coming to your upline Star Diamond. Your diamond coach will come to me if something needs attention, right? And I'm not saying all that to say that your coach isn't there to help, because we are. That's what this is all about, getting new coaches started. And that's like the part that I love. I love working with my new coaches because they're always so eager and excited. And I love watching their, break through their fears and their comfort zone. And it really is, it's fun and it's awesome. But you also have to set those boundaries. And you need to set your work hours and be true to those work hours, and have them respect your time, and you need to respect their time as well. So just something to think about there. So you guys can unmute yourself, and ask questions. Like I said, I knew there were some questions on here.
Michelle, I have a question real quick. I am trying to plan out my call to action for a challenge group that I want to do at the end of the month. And I know usually we give it 10 days before the start for the order date, but what is the recommended time before that order deadline to make the post to give potential challengers enough time to think about it and respond?
I do 10 days. And honestly, for me, a lot of those, I'm probably, if I did a call to action type of post and I got traction on it. Let me clarify that. Actually got traction. I may have 1 or 2 sell, but most of those people will be buying for the next challenge group. But I give it 10 days.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Did that help? Anybody else find anything different? That's just been my experience. No? Okay. So Avi had a few questions here. She says, yesterday during the, and if you didn't listen to the National Wake Up Call, listen to it. It was a great call. She was talking about spending potential customers of products, fitness programs. Where are those video links to send to new customers? So the videos, and guys, this is the time to ask those type of questions. So I just did this spiel about like your personally sponsored coach isn't there to answer, where are the videos and da-da-da. But that's what these calls are for. That's why I wanted more interaction, a Zoom call, new coaches, like this is, and the team page, this is where you're supposed to ask those questions. So good job for coming here and asking, Avi. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. If you go to your back office, it's on the very front page, and she's just talking about using third-party tools, using resources that are already there for you. So this is the video library. You're going to click English, and you can access all your videos here. If you look to the left, it's broken down, like the training videos are all there, your challenge groups, tons of information. But you're going to be looking at products. So for me, when I'm talking to somebody, I usually narrow it down to 1 or 2 programs, usually the 21-day fix, and then get started with the 21-day fix. You may want to scroll through some of these and see which one, make sure it's one that you want to use. I actually don't think the 21-day fix is on here. I usually use YouTube. So that's another thing. So you can either use your back office or you can use YouTube. Be cautious when you use the back office ones. A lot of times will not play from an iPhone. Be cautious when you do YouTube though, and you're not sending them to another coach or to Beachbody. You want to go to Team Beachbody. And so if you haven't subscribed to Team Beachbody, you want to subscribe. Oh, that's from the customer, sorry. And that came up because that's one that I use often. And I think I have a video link to some of these maybe on the thing, but you want to subscribe to Team Beachbody. See Team Beachbody, this one's by Team Beachbody. Team Beachbody, those are the videos you typically want to send. It's okay to use another coach's, like my coach or whatever, but you want to make sure and watch it to the end and see where they're referring people to, if that makes sense. And if it's your customer already, then it doesn't matter because they know to order through you. So you could type in, sorry, I got sidetracked here, but you could type in 21-day fix. I have all mine saved that I use with the links already there. 21-day fix Beachbody. This is probably the one I'd use. So hopefully that answered Avi's questions. Nobody's here to, she's not here to say, yes, that's clear as mud. Next, and somebody can unmute themselves and keep asking. I'm just going to keep going here. Last week during the webinar, you talked about a program catalog. Where is this catalog available online? So they do have a program catalog that's available for purchase. You just go in the shop option of your Team Beachbody store and look for the product catalog, look under coaching tools. That's something I really, unless you're doing home parties, I wouldn't really recommend, if that makes sense. And even at the home parties, they just came out, I think it's already, like, do not, because I have tons and tons and tons of them from when I first started, because that's all we did was home parties. And new products come out and they're expired, right? So do not get a lot of them. If you do choose to buy them, just get one pack just to have, for your people to look at or whatever. But they're not used that often. They're really more for home parties. But there is a product catalog. Could you go into more details about the U+2? So U+2 is something, and you can FAQ that U+2, but it basically, as a coach, you are allowed to sign up, you and your spouse, right? And that's something that most network marketing companies do not allow. They don't allow you to sign up your spouse. So that's something unique with Beachbody. And it's pretty cool because you can open up to 25 business centers. So that's 50 business centers together. But you're technically allowed to run 2 accounts under you. So, and the way that's flagged, if you're running more than 2 accounts, because some people have been known to build themselves up to like 10-star diamond, all by just building themselves, if that makes sense, okay? And those people, like most of these rules got into place because of loopholes and because coach is doing things kind of shady. So that's flagged by credit cards. So they're going to check your credit cards. So only 2 other people besides yourself can you have with your credit card number. Okay. So for me, when I first signed up, I thought my U+2 would be Brian and my mom, right? Even though my mom signed up with her own credit card, in my mind, those were my +2s. But they technically were not my +2s because they both had their own credit card. My mom still has her own credit card and runs her own account. Okay. Eventually, we did sign up. My husband signed up, I guess, my mother-in-law, and we pay that coach fee. So that is Brian's, he has a +1 because we pay the coach fee and it's on our credit card. In my second business center, we signed up my dad. I pay that coach fee. That's my +1. So technically right now we each have a +1, but I could sign up somebody else if I needed to, if I wanted to, and run their account for them. Why would you do that? It's mostly like, why did I sign up my mom and my brother, my mom and my husband to begin with? It's so that I had control of being Emerald and never fell out of Emerald because I have control of it. My husband can be active, and if I needed my mom to order something, I can tell her to order something, or I can, say, Mom, I want, Body Beast, go order it, and I'm going to pay you for it, So that's why you would have a U+2. Did that answer? Anybody want to add to any of that?
Yeah, I do. Because I'm about to probably do this. So I guess I've been trying to decide, for both of my parents, they're both military. I want to get them both signed up so that way I'm not paying the fee. I know every 90 days I need to make sure 50 PV goes through them so that they stay active. Otherwise, I won't have that fee. And of course, I would love to have them continue on something, either Shakeology or something else that gives them PV. But I need to do this because Morgan will likely hit Diamond and I will still be Ruby unless if I do this. So my question is, should I offer to just pay for it and just get a challenge pack, maybe like the Beachbody On Demand Performance Line one? Should I do that so that way I'm getting something every month from one of their accounts like that I would probably use?
So that's what like you should set up something that you use. So like Brian and I, while we have the +1s, we could easily keep 3 accounts active by what we go through personally. Because I drink the Shakeology Greens, the Shakeology Boost. Is that the fiber? You know what I mean? I drink the recovery formula. So that already right there is over 50 PV. Okay. So,
but when I sign them up, I should do something. I mean, if I'm going to sign them up and pay for it, I should probably do something where I'm getting Success Club points. No.
Maybe. If you need the points, you can sign them up with a challenge point.
Yeah.
But since they're military, and this is the only time I would say this, normally, like when we